and that's the truth. It's like I'm in another world, and I'm just cruising.
This is Bonita Scarlett. She lives in Durham, North Carolina, and she loves cars. So did her son, Nigel.
He was a character. He was outgoing. He had charisma that seemed like he could attract people to him.
Nigel's favorite car was a Buick Regal he bought from a man up the street. It was a showpiece, an urban racer.
So I was the only one that he would let me drive. He wouldn't let his sister drive it, his baby sister drive it, or anybody else. So he told me what to do because he had, I think, 26 inches wheels on there. So he said, well, you can't turn it all the way. You got to turn it halfway.
One time, Bonita and Nigel were headed out and she was driving. She forgot the tires were way bigger than normal, 26 inches, and they were jacked up to boot. She forgot the specific instructions her son was always giving her on how to turn.
I made it turn so wide, I had to say, stop the traffic on the left-hand side so I can get back on the right-hand side. I said, man, I forgot. He said, a half a turn, not a complete turn, because he hadn't had the lifters lifted all the way up in the back.
These days, the car sits in the middle of Bonita's driveway. It hasn't been driven much since her son was killed 4 years ago. He was hit in a drive-by shooting around the corner from home.
I got a call and say that for me to come up on Crest Street that Nigel just been shot. I didn't expect to see him dead, maybe wounded, but not laying out like that. I could have been in shock because I just couldn't believe it. And I just couldn't believe it.
Nigel was killed and his buddy paralyzed. The Buick now sits in the driveway.
So see, this is what he was doing.
It's an incredible interior.
Yeah, that's what he had started trying to do.
Okay.
And
that is just that's a racing car right there.
Yeah, and see, I had got that stick installed. That's not the original stick that was in there. So.
Is that an original interior?
No, this is not the original interior.
This is not the original.
Right,
this is all brand new.
Right.
These days, the car needs a lot of work. Bonita can't drive it and doesn't have the money to fix it. It's not practical to keep it, but she can't let it go. She knows her son loved this car.
I know that's the reason why I don't want to get rid of it, because that was his passion there. And it's just like, I can't, I just can't. I can't do it.
She often daydreams about being at the wheel, Nigel riding shotgun.
It's like, okay, you ready? And it's like he telling me, okay, take it easy. This is modified. And I was just saying, okay, I got it. And then you might say, you think you got it? I know I got it.
Nigel's nieces and nephews come by often, playing in the street like their uncle used to. They're like him. They love the feeling of the wind in their hair, the joy of wheels and freedom, of flying down the road at top speed. Occasionally, in the 4 years since her son died, people have asked to buy Nigel's cars or his souped-up dirt bike. But Bonita can't bring herself to let them go.
The man that brought me my stove, he said, I see you got a dirt bike out there. I said, yeah. He said, I know what it is. I said, yeah, it's souped up. It's modified, too. He said, no. He said, you want to sell it? I said, no, it's my son's. He said, where he's at? I said, he said, you're not going to sell it? I said, no. And I can't ride it. I said, I wish I could ride it. A whole lot of times, I be thinking that he's going to come. And he's going to walk through that door any time. And I had to face the fact that, hey, he's not. Excuse me. But it's just like when I'm in this car, everybody knows it's his. And they'll say, what's up? I say, Nigel, like that right there. That's the only thing I'll say is Nigel.